And we've received some conflicting calls about weather in the weeks to come from our famous and furry prognosticators.
Hey, Sam. What are you thinking?
So will we have more winter or an early spring? Nova Scotia's Shubenacadie Sam says to bundle up, predicting the winter weather will continue. Sam is the first North American groundhog to make the announcement each year. However, over in Ontario, celebrity albino groundhog Wyatt Willie had a different prediction, forecasting an early spring during his appearance. One of North America's other most popular groundhogs, Punxsutawney Phil, also made his prediction this morning, agreeing with Sam that there will be an extended winter. All right. Well, we have a pair of furry prognosticators here in BC too. Van Isle Violet, who's actually a marmot, was up early to make the call this morning. She's calling for 6 more weeks of winter. No matter what happens, we can say it will be windy. I'm betting we're getting a much better and more accurate representation of what is going to come from Kristi right now.
Well, thank you, Chris. Well, at least in the short term, we know winter is here to stay. Here's a look at some images from the Prince George area where they've had basically a prolonged period, 3 days of snowfall. I love this shot. So thank you to Dana and Kristi for sending this. So January 31st, February 1st, and then February 1st, sort of later in the day, you can see the snowman is gone. And there's another shot from the Quesnel area, 40 centimeters reported. It is finally easing off in those regions as it tracks towards the north, but we still do have a few warnings in place, and includes Pine Pass. So this is just for tonight. We are expecting these to end overnight, and those are total snowfall totals, by the way. Wind warning, that's the thing that Chris was talking about. It has just issued this afternoon. We are expecting the potential for gusts up to 90 kilometers an hour for all of these areas highlighted in purple, and it includes southwest Metro Vancouver and the southern Gulf Islands. It's Friday afternoon, evening that we're expecting this. So delays in ferries, likely, and power outages likely across these regions. So it'll be through the Strait of Georgia impacting these areas here. And it's because we've got a pretty major low pressure center. It's sort of a cinnamon bun shape. So tomorrow's not going to be widespread rain. It's going to be periods of heavy rain as these bands make their way through. And as the low pressure center tracks across northern Vancouver Island, that's when we'll see the winds pick up. Again, this is in the afternoon and evening hours. Look at that. So certainly the potential for some very strong winds later tomorrow with the periods of rain. A stormy Friday indeed. Definitely keeping on with the winter theme. Although northern regions will warm up a bit, you'll see a transition to rain, but southern regions in the interior will see breaks. We'll see periods of rain on and off with windy conditions. It will be mild though, with a high of 9 degrees for our region, and there's not much of a change in the days to come. We've got a series of storms that are going to continue to impact the south coast, wet and mild over the next few days. And tonight's Central Windows weather window coming to you from the Joffrey Lakes Provincial Park area. Alice Law sharing this photo with us. Look at the cloud above. It looks like a fish or something. Beautiful shot. Thanks to Alice for that.
So cool in the cloud formation. All right, thanks very much, Kristi. We'll bring Squire in now, in place for a preview of what's coming up in sports.
Yes, indeed. The Vancouver Whitecaps, they're close.